Hello everyone, this is Revopoint. In this video, we will introduce Revo Measure's GD&T feature and show you how to use it. GD&T, which stands for Geometric Dimensioning and Tolerancing, is a core Revo Measure feature that includes multiple inspections such as roundness, flatness, straightness, and cylindricity. Before performing GD&T measurements, the corresponding features must first be created. Next, we will show and explain the GD&T inspections for different forms and geometric tolerances. Let's begin with the four form tolerances: straightness, flatness, circularity, and cylindricity. First is straightness. Taking the axis of this cylinder 1 as an example, we select straightness in the top measurement navigation bar, then go to the feature measurement below and choose cylinder 1. After that, we set the tolerance. Here, I set it to 0.3. Click Measure to get the straightness inspection result for the cylinder's axis, which is straightness 1. To measure flatness, let's use this plane as an example. First, create the plane feature by selecting Create from CAD, clicking on the plane, and then clicking Create. The plane feature has been created and is named Plane 1. Once the feature is created, select Flatness in the top measurement navigation bar. In the feature measurement below, choose Plane 1 and then set the tolerance. Click Measure to get the flatness inspection result for Plane 1. Next, to measure circularity, let's use Circle 1 as an example. Select Circularity in the top measurement navigation bar, then in the feature measurement below, choose Circle 1 and set the tolerance. Click Measure to get the roundness inspection result for Circle 1, which is Circularity 1. Finally, to measure cylindricity, let's use Cylinder 1 as an example. Select Cylindricity in the top measurement navigation bar, then in the feature measurement below, choose Cylinder 1 and set the tolerance. Click Measure to get the cylindricity inspection result for Cylinder 1. In addition to the four form tolerances mentioned, GD&T also includes several geometric tolerances. When measuring geometric tolerances, the corresponding datum must be selected. To measure the parallelism of Plane 1, first create a feature that is parallel to Plane 1 to use as the datum. Then select this plane to create the feature. It is now named Plane 2. Next, in the object tree list, select Plane 2, right-click, and set this feature as Datum A from the menu. You can also click Datum in the top menu bar to select and create it. Next, select Parallelism in the top measurement navigation bar. In the feature measurement below, choose the plane to be measured, Plane 1. Then, in the Datum selection dropdown, choose the datum you just created, Datum A, which is Plane 2, and set the tolerance. Click Measure to get the parallelism inspection result for Plane 1, which is shown as Parallelism 1. To measure perpendicularity, using Plane 1 as an example. A plane that is perpendicular to Plane 1, called Plane 3, needs to be created and set as Datum B. Then, select Perpendicularity from the top measurement navigation bar. In the feature measurement section below, choose the feature to be measured, Plane 1. Next, select the datum you created, Datum B, which is Plane 3, from the Datum selection dropdown, and set the tolerance. Click Measure to obtain the perpendicularity inspection result for Plane 1. Next, we will show how to measure angularity. Like other geometric tolerances, a datum must be created beforehand based on the feature being measured. Let's use Plane 4 and Plane 5 as examples. Create Plane 4 as Datum C. Then, in the top measurement navigation bar, select Angularity. In the Feature Measurement dropdown, select the feature to measure, Plane 5. In the Datum Selection dropdown, select the datum you created, Datum C, which is Plane 4, and set the tolerance. Click Measure to obtain the Angularity inspection result for the feature Plane 5. Next, we will measure concentricity. The feature and datum used to measure concentricity should be in a corresponding concentric or coaxial relationship, such as circle 2 and circle 3 in this video. We set circle 3 as datum D to measure circle 2. Select Concentricity, then click Feature Measurement, and choose the feature to be measured, circle 2. Next, in the Datum selection, select the datum you created, Datum D, which is the feature circle 3, and set the tolerance. Click Measure to obtain the concentricity inspection result for the feature circle 2. Next, we will demonstrate how to measure positional tolerance. Currently, measuring the positional tolerance of a feature requires creating 3 datums. For example, to measure the positional tolerance of Plane 1. You can see that the software requires selecting 3 different datums in sequence. Here, select Datum A, Datum B, and Datum C in order. Then, set the tolerance. Click Measure to get the true position inspection result for feature Plane 1. The next item is Circular Runout. It controls how much a feature can vary with respect to a datum at each individual cross-section when the part is rotated 360 degrees around the datum axis. It is divided into radial runout and axial runout. Let's use Cylinder 1 as an example. First, create the exposed end face of the cylinder as a circular feature named Circle 1. Then, Cylinder 1 needs to be set as a datum and named E. Then click Circular Runout in the top menu bar. Click the Feature Measurement and select the feature to be measured, Circle 1. Next, in the Datum Selection dropdown, select Datum E and set the tolerance. Click Measure to get the Circular Runout inspection result for Circle 1. Finally, we will measure Total Runout. Total runout indicates the deviation between the rotational surface of a cylindrical or conical feature and its datum axis. Taking the measurement of Cylinder 2 as an example, we set Cylinder 3 as datum F. Click the Feature Measurement menu and select the feature to be measured, Cylinder 2. Then, in the Datum Selection dropdown, choose Datum F and set the tolerance. Click Measure to view the Total Runout inspection result for Cylinder 2. Additionally, during GD&T measurements, you can adjust the tolerances at any time. For example, with Cylindricity 1, you can double-click it in the object tree list or double-click its label to open its properties page. In the GD&T tolerance field, modify the tolerance value and press Enter to update the inspection result. Finally, after completing the measurements, click File, and then Generate Report to create a report of the current measurement results and save it locally. In this video, we explained and demonstrated the different tolerance inspections in the GD&T module of Revo Measure. In upcoming tutorials, we will cover more detailed features, so stay tuned for software tutorial updates. See you in the next video.